Hey, I've been working at Home Depot now for, man, I guess going on 8 months. And one thing I can say I've really learned is life and the experience that it gives you are really what you make it. Um, there were times when I was just like, why am I here? But I realized early on that one of the greatest assets is a good attitude. Like you could really see, I felt that like, man, I was really just thinking having a good attitude about things, positive attitude is just such a strength. And that's something I want to cultivate. And by God's grace, I've been cultivating that. And man, I feel so privileged to be able to work at Home Depot. Like there's this thing called career development, um, that the CEO of the company had recommended that everybody check out. And so I checked it out, and it's like different areas that your strengths and weaknesses, what your goals are at the company and stuff. And I showed it to my supervisor, and he told me to check out this other thing on the site so that I could be more specific in what my strengths and weaknesses and goals, etc. So he showed me this thing called Career Toolbox, Career Development Toolbox, something like that. And I checked this thing out, and he was like, and I was like, do I need to do this on my own time, or like, should I do this while I'm here? He was like, no, like, do that while you're here. And so on my work time, I was checking this thing out, and it was just like such an amazing resource. Like it was all these different categories and then subcategories of areas to be strong in, like what it would look like if you're strong in this, what it would look like if you're weak in this, how to improve. And it was almost like I was like, what? Like it was almost like it was training me how to be an entrepreneur. And I think that maybe part of the reason is because it really was made for, I mean, it was made for everybody, but I think they really had the managers in mind when they made it. Because I actually talked to my manager, and he was saying like it's part of his job to do that. Like he has someone he reports to that's like, okay, so what aspect are you trying to improve? What are your goals? Blah blah blah. I mean, I don't really. If I initiate it, I can have that, but it's not like something that's just part of my job necessarily. And so, but what I'm realizing is, yo, I can initiate that. Like, I can get paid at Home Depot to actually just focus on areas where I need to improve and areas where I can grow, and look at how I can grow in those areas. And I can initiate a conversation with my supervisor for him to check in with me, mentor me, tell me what I need to do, where am I right now in comparison with where I want to go. Yo, how many retail businesses you know that do that? Like for real. I haven't worked at too many, but I can tell you what, man, that's a blessing. Like straight up, Home Depot, it's like they actually care about me growing. And I know, ideally it would be to grow and continue to stay in their company, but like regardless of where I go, man, I can say that being at Home Depot has really helped me to grow as a person, and it is helping me to grow as a person. So shout out to Home Depot. Shout out to having a positive attitude, and shout out to making the best of your current situation. And shout out to God for helping me to do that. All right. Peace.